Okay, I'm gonna try my best right now to be a good sport about Windows 8. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Windows 8. All right, so I had Windows 8 for about a month, and when I first installing it, I had some issues, some crashes because of this little guy right here, the Alpha Network USB Wi-Fi high range, high dongle USB wireless N connector. I had some issues with that, and that caused Windows 8 to crash about 3 times, and then it bricked, and then I reinstalled it, and then it crashed again because I still had it plugged in. I didn't realize. I installed the graphics drivers, I installed the motherboard drivers, some other drivers, and except for that one, and it just would crash so bad. It's just, oh my god. It worked fine with Windows 7. It wouldn't crash upon first install, unlike Windows 8. They did say, anything that worked with Windows 7 would work fine with Windows 8. And, that wasn't really the case there. So it crashed, it bricked, I had to reinstall the operating system. So it was a freaking headache. Now, upon the experience, Metro with the desktop, blending them both is just such a bad idea. It's a bad user experience, especially for me. I just felt so lost. It basically felt like I had two computers in one. I had a tablet, and then I had my regular computer, which the tablet being the Metro. When I looked at Windows 8, when I thought what Windows 8 would be like, the biggest thing I looked forward to with Windows 8 was the marketplace. Because then you'll be able to go and put all your apps. You get all your apps from there, all your apps. But yeah, it's apps. Applications like your Flash Player or Sony Vegas or I don't know, Steam, whatever, any kind of applications, VLC, stuff like that. Any kind of thing that'll be like useful or helpful. Most of the stuff that you know of today, all the applications that you know of today, will be in that app store. You would kind of think that's the way it would go. That wasn't the case. And that is so disappointing. I mean, it's just tablet apps. Just tablet apps. And when you go to the real apps that you normally see on the desktop, when you go there, oh my god, this is so cool. We have to buy it from within the store and, install it from there. No, it's not the case. When you go in there into the app will refer you to another site. There'll be a link in there that you go to the site and get it from there. So it is just so confusing and so stupid. Let me tell you something right now. If I were to go back to Windows 7 right now, I wouldn't give a shit. As a matter of fact, I would be happier to go back to Windows 7. I just feel so much more comfortable. Either way, I have Stardus back. It's an application that you would install that gives you your start button, like Windows 7 start button, as you see right there. It looks really good. It made me feel at home. And you know what the thing is? The whole entire week, this whole entire week, 2 weeks, I had it for about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. The whole time I had it, I have never been into the Metro UI because it boots up on a desktop. It doesn't boot into the Metro like Windows 8.1 will give you the option to disable. This application already does that for you. So I've never been into the Metro UI. It's just not appealing to me. I don't really like it. There's nothing there. There was one thing I was looking forward to. When I had Windows 8.0 preview, when I had the preview when Windows 8 was about to come out, there was the weather app was the only thing I really liked about Windows 8. It was just so beautiful. You go in there, you see the animations. Now there is no animations in the final version. And it's just such a big disappointment as to why they would remove it. Either way, Windows 8 was built more for touchscreen computers, not really for a mouse and a keyboard. It could be a little bit of pain to navigate. I don't know how all the shortcuts is yet, but sometimes I just feel like going back to Windows 7. I'm not kidding you right now. I just feel like I can just go back there and I'll be happy. I won't regret moving from Windows 8. So now they have Windows 8.1 coming out. That's going to allow you to, boot straight to the desktop. Like, if they're going to go there and stay there, which they won't, because a lot of people don't know about Start is Back, which gives you your start button for Windows 7. I mean, in that case, why even upgrade? I mean, what's the freaking point? They boot the same. I have an SSD, so I guess I don't really notice a difference because I have an SSD, and they both boot the same. I don't really notice any kind of a difference. Honestly, I really don't. I'm sorry if it's a little, the camera's a little, you know, slant. I'm actually on a cell phone, which surprisingly has extremely good audio. Well, you'd be the judge for that. But I don't see anything unique about Windows 8 that would make me miss it if I go back to Windows 7 right now. I'm actually thinking about going right back to Windows 7 because there's just nothing here in Windows 8. It's not what I thought it would be. It would have been, it's just not what it is. My vision is totally different from what Bomber's vision is. Developers. I had to do it. So I wouldn't miss it. So if you have Windows 7 and it's running perfectly fine, is it worth upgrading to Windows 8? Not really. I mean, not unless you want some tablet applications. That's about it. I don't even use it. I don't even use it like that. Honestly, I don't use it like that. And the apps that you actually would want, there's a link there that sends you to the website. Like, you got to go to the website. And that's the reason why I hate Windows 8. When I tried Windows 8 preview, I don't remember what I was doing something. Listen, I was doing something. I was trying to watch a Netflix video or something. I don't remember what I was trying to do. It was a video. I went on Metro. No, actually it was Windows 8. I mean, no, not Windows 8. It went Internet Explorer. I was trying to do something. And on Metro was doing it, you know, in the application, whatever the case is. And when I click on it, it went over to the desktop and opened the browser from there. Oh my god, as soon as it did that, I didn't even shut the computer down. I flipped the switch in the back and I installed Windows 8. Windows 7, excuse me, not Windows 8. I installed Windows 7. So as soon as I went into Metro and I clicked the link and it sent me back over to the desktop in the desktop browser, I facepalmed myself and I flipped the switch in the back. I turned it back on and installed Windows 7. I thought in the final version it'll probably be a little bit different. But I don't remember what I did. I really don't care. I've been stuck in the desktop right here, and I don't go in Metro. I just don't. So I don't see the purpose of it. So I'm actually thinking maybe I might just go back to Windows 7. I'm not kidding you. I just might. Maybe a little thing that's actually pretty cool about Windows 8 is when you're transferring a file over, you see this a little graph. I think that's pretty neat. Other than that, that's it. There's nothing else. Nothing else. Games perform the same. Applications perform the same, of course. I don't see a benefit here. I just see drawbacks. The App Store is not what I thought it was going to be. And that is a disappointment. Windows 8.1. I hope with 9.0, they totally just remove and disable Metro and add a freaking App Store. You know, Microsoft could totally learn something from Apple. I had to say it, man. It's just this is the way it is. They got to learn something from Apple because this is not working. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Going into the App Store would help, like everything in one place. Like imagine that. Imagine you could find all your phone drivers, you know, Flash player, any kind of device drivers or whatever the case is will be in there instead of downloading from some website. Sometimes you type in the link, and for people that are not computer literate, they type in the link, they click the first one to see it, you just download it, they install it, and it gives them a malware. Even though it says the same thing. You download it, it says Samsung driver or whatever the case, this application, and you install it, it's Flash player also. You install it, you're on an official site, you download it from a third-party source, you install it, it gives you some kind of virus. Like, it would have been really nice and safe and comfortable and a much better experience having everything in one place. So it's a disappointment, and I believe Google don't even want to use to make applications for Windows 8 because there's not enough users here. they're about to have another one less user. Like, I'm about to leave and just go back to Windows 7. This is where I'm just more comfortable. I felt more happy. I feel like Windows 7 is just a bit better than Windows 8. That's my experience. You know, your experience might differ. That's totally fine. You love Windows 8. That's fine. I'm not digging it. I am not digging Windows 8. So, I don't know. The only thing I don't want to do when I leave, I gotta re-download all those apps. I gotta download Battlefield 3. It's like 30 gigs. I gotta download. I don't have to download my Steam games, but for Battlefield 3, I have to download all my games. But I don't know what the hell's wrong with Origin, man. This is, I fucking hate Origin for this shit. So, I guess this is my little thing on Windows 8. I could definitely see myself going back to Windows 7 and sticking there until... The only reason why I'm using Windows is because of the games, and that's really it. Okay, the video editing software too. As soon as they support Linux, Ubuntu, and Vegas and all those, this Vegas in my games, or this next gen games, like new games like Grand Theft Auto, Battlefield 4, you know, all those games, whatever, Origin, move over to Linux. I'm jumping ship. There's no reason to be here. So, yeah, I guess this is my little thing, man. So what you guys got to say. What's your opinion on this Windows 8 if you haven't tried it? I mean, if you're on Windows 7, you're fine. You're really fine. There's no benefits jumping over to Windows 8. I just don't see it. Maybe some of you do, but I really don't. I could just stay. But I'm having a little bit of issue with Google Chrome. I had an accident a while back. I can't get into details with it, with the computer. And I had to do a refresh. And I think the refresh just kind of messed some things up. So Google Chrome doesn't, even though I uninstalled Google Chrome and reinstalled Google Chrome, when I play videos on YouTube, it just doesn't play. I would have to refresh the page. Or sometimes the video will play, but you'll get no sound until like 14 seconds in. So there's a little bit of an issue there. So see what you got to say. Leave a comment below. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. And as always, I'll talk to you later.